Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very loud ass speaker. Shit. was that really loud to you?
You sound loud.
Yeah, I sound crazy loud. But this is Insanity Check, and I am Skillet Sauce. That's Canon 8 is over there with the volumes up very loud in my ear. I know you want to give the date and all that stuff.
Yeah, I need to do that right now, please. I need to give the date. Yeah, it's September 10th. I feel better.
Is that thing recording?
Yes, it's recording.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone ask these technical questions before we go on the air next time?
No, I kind of wanted to do it for filler purposes.
Because we need to kill time 36 seconds in?
Yeah, man, you know, I'm being proactive.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sanity Check.
I said that already.
Back at you. Yeah, but they didn't hear me say it.
This motherfucker. All right, so yeah. So what are we going to start off with quickly?
Well, we've actually been getting more and more comments these days, and of course, when you have comments from people, you have good comments, you have negative comments. So I guess positive and negative comments. When we did our story about the black folk who were denied chicken at the local Wing Wagon Chicken Shack shop, the story basically said, and I can't remember if it was totally from the point of view of the blacks in question, but nonetheless, the story basically said that the black folks was a herd of a group of them, about 25 blacks were waiting for their chicken wings in this restaurant. A white patron was threatened by them, and then they were asked to leave.
She said she felt threatened, yeah.
Right, felt threatened.
Not our words, by the way. That was not our words.
Right, this was in this story that we were reading. She felt threatened, and they were asked to leave, and it became a whole hullabaloo, and yada, 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 yada. Corporate owners finally got involved and issued a statement on their Facebook page, etc., etc., etc. Well, we got a message from an individual who said the story was stupid because apparently the blacks were not totally without blame, and he went on to basically, I guess, call us stupid. Oh, his main claim was that he doesn't believe when blacks claim racism anymore because we pretty much make up shit that we claim is racist when it's really not. As I informed this gentleman, if he'd watched our show, he would know that that's just one of many things. If you want to check out our show when Gwyneth Paltrow texted "niggas in Paris for real" while at Jay-Z's show, Jay-Z and, is it Kanye? Jay-Z and Kanye?
I think it was Jay-Z and Kanye.
Yeah, at their Niggas in Paris show in Paris.
With a song called Niggas in Paris.
Singing a song called Niggas in Paris, and she was like, "Niggas in Paris for real." The colored folk went ballistic and crazy, and I sat here screaming, as I tend to do, that black people are dumb and they fight the wrong battles and they waste their time and everybody else's time. But of course, we support non-racist issues perpetrated by black folks. Okay. Later on, another gentleman who said, and this was just 16 hours ago, mind you.
Yes.
Two of the witnesses visited, I'm going to read this verbatim as it is written, by the way. Two of the witnesses visited my town which were black. I don't know if the town was black or the people were black. They said the group was loud, explicit, vulgar, and disrupting for 2 hours. They were full, and you are supposed to call in advance for such a large party. They waited that long because 2 sections needed to be put together and they were occupied. So, capital S-O, the woman was uncomfortable by their language. Get all your facts instead of acting like niggers. Instead of educated blacks so that you don't feed the fire with your uneducated knowledge of bullshit.
Uneducated knowledge. I don't even understand how the uneducated knowledge of bullshit. So he's saying the story is bullshit and we are not knowledgeable on what the fuck does that last bit mean?
Well, I find it ironic that he calls us uneducated when he can't put a sentence together.
Yeah, 'cause I don't even know our uneducated knowledge of bullshit.
So,
So we're supposed to be like very knowledgeable on bullshit, and the story must be bullshit.
yeah, apparently Mike D, this is the gentleman.
There's a black guy, or it
who-
seems to be black, and I clicked on his link to see. You know,
Yeah, well, yeah, his pictures are
Yeah.
black dude.
no,
Unless
no
unless
relation to the Beastie Boys.
Right, unless he's setting up black people to look stupid by writing this tripe here, trying to call us ignorant and uneducated niggas with this uneducated fucking comment.
Yeah.
But you know, Mike D in this rabble has a point. Obviously, the story became at least clearer, if not just more information was released upon it. And gee, like that never happens. You know,
Yeah, so I actually followed up with what this individual said. I mean, I followed up with a comment, and you thought that I wasn't forceful enough.
well, no, I thought you handled it well, but I would have just ended it off since this is what he apparently thinks we are as ignorant
with
niggas.
some nigga shit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, you know.
yeah.
You know, that was one of my favorite lines of Lauryn Hill's I had in one of the Fuji songs. I forgot how the beginning went, but it was something, you know, creative and intelligent. And then she ended up by saying, "But I'll add a motherfucker so you ignorant niggas hear me." So Mike D and Moon Spells Dumb. Yeah. Here you go. We're following up. You guys were correct. There was more to this story. And in fact, did I not say that I would probably be worried that the place was getting too loud and that the
Yeah, yo, you actually said that. That's why, you know, my response, I said, do you watch our shows?
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, it you know, 25, you know, wing famished black folks in a southern town, you know, being loud and wild, that's not surprising to me.
Yeah.
See,
But-
it's just the verbiage when they said, you know, the woman felt threatened. This individual was like, you know, she felt uncomfortable. And, you know, a 25, you know, belly growling, hungry ass black folks, you know, cussing and all that other kind of shit would make me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, stomach growling. That shit would make me feel uncomfortable. I don't like seeing that kind of shit. I mean, hearing that kind of madness or seeing it or whatever. So,
But as I said to
Be that as it may.
the first individual, while he may very well be right that, you know, again, the blacks were more responsible for the situation than they let on, I simply said, you know, but do you think the situation couldn't have happened the way it was reported initially in this country, in this day and age? Do you really think so?
well, of
Yeah.
course, that particular guy, you know, as you said, doesn't believe there's any form of racism whatsoever. So, you know, whatever. And to the second guy, you know, I said that's why there are follow-up stories. I cited a specific example about the woman that said those two kids had shot her baby. An initial story, the kids were arrested and everything. Then, after more evidence was revealed, the powder burns, I believe, was on
The mother and the father.
the mother and the father, who she said wasn't even on site.
Father wasn't there.
According to her official
according to her.
statement, yeah.
But somehow he got gunshot powder burn.
Residue on, you know, so obviously there was more to the story. Now, the people that initially reported the story, they had, you know, with the information provided to them at that time, they ran with the story. Then as more information came in, they did a follow-up story and brought people up to speed. So this Mike D or whatever, you know, and like I said, he got his information after we did the story. So clearly, had he dealt with the story exactly when we dealt with the story, he might have come up with the same conclusions. But obviously, since someone can come and tell you, no, it wasn't like that. See, what happened was, now he's going to come back and jump on us. I'm like, you know, that made, and then his poor sentence structure. I mean, look.
I was saying, Mike might be listening. So what he meant to say, Mike D, was what had happened
Yeah,
was.
see, what happened was, know what I'm saying? Me, not me.
Thank you.
Any case, so, but you know, that sort of like made me want to talk about something else, you know, when it comes to a collection of minorities basically showing their collective asses.
Do tell.
Well, when I, was dealing with this individual late last night, I was thinking, going back on our old shows, and exactly how many times we've come down on black people that, basically like that damn girl that threw her baby at the straight. There's been so many when they had to tase those ignorant, that monkey bitch in front of that mall. The mall cop had to tase her ass into unconsciousness.
That was
the
a classic, ladies and gentlemen.
little kids out there showing out. So believe me, we've gone in on them. But this brought me back to something like I watch battle rap. I know I'm probably a little too old to watch battle rap, but I do enjoy poetry to a degree, not slam stuff. But I enjoy people that can put words together in a creative way. And this past Sunday was Summer Madness 3 from the URL brand. And what that basically is the big, giant, like Super Bowl of battle rap for the year from this particular company. Sort of like how WrestleMania is for WWE, and I believe it was, I forgot what it was called, SummerSlam or whatever it was when WCW was out there. It was something, But in any case, so this was this particular league's premier event. So they had it on the West Side Highway someplace. No, Studio 48, I believe it was. But they used to have it at Webster Hall. But Webster Hall said, it's too much rowdiness going on, too much niggardry taking place. You don't come back. Sponsors didn't want to deal with it. They go there, and everything is disorganized from what I understand. And people are, late, and just the way it was organized was just what you would expect when black folks is running some shit. And then lo and behold, one of the battles near the end of the night, one dude decided that he became, he was just too emotional for whatever the situation was, whatever was being said to him. But no, the guy like smirked and made a sound because the dude was kicking some bars that was corny. And when the other guy said, woo, like, big deal, you ain't saying shit, the guy snuffed him. So he stole on this motherfucker. That dude, there was like naked bitches there. They started fighting. The whole shit.
Something positive about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the whole shit just turned into the damn Donnybrook. The dude said, "Yo, this event is over." The shit just went crazy, and the event was canceled. And the way it followed up was the dude that snuffed him ran out the building. The dudes that were supposed to battle in the last two battles were pissed because they were like, yo, we travel out here. We want our money. We don't give a fuck. So they pressed this dude outside. And the Twitter stories was ridiculous. They said they chased the dude. He dove into a moving car window. All kind of ridiculous shit. But long story short, it spilled out into the streets. It was just fucking awful. It was a black eye, a blight to the damn battle rap world. Yet, in Canada, there's a league where people consider the New York and Philly East Coast guys are like, it's kind of whack because it's more white boys, more cerebral stuff at times. They don't talk too much about the gunplay and all that kind of shit like that. So, people are like, those are that egghead backpack shit. Yet their fucking event, when they had twice as many battles over 2 days, everyone said went off without a hitch. And some of the rappers that were supposed to be on the Summer Madness 3 attended there and performed there and said, yo, as soon as they got off the plane, they got like phone cases for them and some of their crew members with their logo, their brand emblazoned on it. They got playbills with everyone's bio, what you can expect from them. They said car service. They said shit went off without a hitch. The crowd was well behaved and everything. They didn't get the crazy dough, but they said it was so professional. So here you have this so-called, number one rap league that did a deal with BET. They've been doing something with BET, and they was trying to go to HBO and let some nigga buffoonery ruin that whole shit and set them back like 10 years. These Canadian cats, who was seen as, the fringe is running shit perfectly. Perfectly.
What a mystery we have on our hands here.
But it gets better. It gets better. So we also did a show with Primetime Handball, a shout out to Storm. And, we, had discussions after the show about, where would handball go and where can it go? And I attended, I believe it was called Smacks, what the fucking Big Blue Ballers or something like that. Whatever, it was a handball tournament 2 weeks ago at St. John's. It was the most frighteningly sad.
You said it's called Big Blue Bowlers?
Yeah, it's called, yeah.
And this is your coalition?
I'm not affiliated with this at all. But yeah, it's called Big Blue Ballers. Dead ass. I know exactly what that sounds like.
Sounds like a cool.
And the logo is a dude with a glove smacking the ball. Look like it's grabbing it with lightning coming out of the back of the palm. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Hey, Ken, have you ever had lightning coming out of your blue ball?
Negative.
I'm serious.
Negative.
But, so I go there and, some of the old guard, the dudes that was like the big time players in the 80s and shit like that in the early 90s were there. One dude was shaking from the post-Jones tremors, shaking like Katharine Hepburn with chicken grease up to his elbows. It was disgusting to look at. Another dude's teeth, he looked like if a pirate got hooked on meth. Because he had maybe 3 or 4 teeth in his mouth. The sea hag had more teeth. And what was remaining was gnarled down to blackened, sharp, jagged nubs. I'm telling you, the Crypt Keeper, any fucking horrible character you could ever think of, the zombies on The Walking Dead, all of them, better teeth. The shit was just absolutely disorganized. It was horrible. Then Storm was like, well, check out this tournament overseas. I'm looking at England versus Spain, World Championship in handball. I think it took place in Ireland. These guys stink. Can't really play. They're C players by our standards. So professionally run. I mean, everything about it except for the quality of the handball, and that's why I drew parallels to the, because people think that the rap in Canada isn't as potent as what we're doing over here. But the function in an organization is just so much superior to what we're doing. So it's like,
So, question: do you think it's a matter of money?
no, I don't think it's a matter of money. Well, as far as in handball, probably yes, because nobody's going to sponsor this rabble that's out here. It's you could never send a representative to any major handball, Big Blue handball tournament in New York City and think that you're going to keep that sponsor, because it's just, between the drunks and the people selling nutcrackers and the yelling and the screaming and it could never happen. As far as in the rap thing, no. Summer Madness 3, last year they had Puffy was there, Busta Rhymes was there. Ciroc had sponsored it. They had mad people. And what the fuck you laughing at?
I'm sure it's Big Blue Ballers.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they had all these people there. So it's not a matter of, and like I said, BET picked it up. It's just that when you have these disorganized black people running things, shit like this happens. And then, what they need to do is just hire some white folks and let them organize the shit, and then you guys be the faces of it, because clearly you can't trust these black folks to do shit.
Or some black people who can form proper sentences and correct grammar.
Yeah.
And, let's see what they can do.
Get some so-called square, corny, cornball black dude, whatever you want to say, with some organizational skills, and have them, run the thing, because it frustrates me. It literally frustrates me that you have this kind of shit happen, at our biggest event, so-called black run biggest event, and you just knew it was going to take place. You knew something was going to go on. Dudes threatening to shoot motherfuckers. I'm literally naked bitches diving off the stage and all sorts of crazy. It's just pandemonium.
That's a positive. Are you satisfied? Did we go in on the colored people enough for you guys?
Not yet. Hold on. I have to do this. Before we go to I know you want to get to your break and everything else, but this is relating to this topic. There was a gentleman playing Family Feud, and at the how I don't know what they call it, the final round, when you get to try to win the money or whatever the case may be, you can't duplicate the answers of your teammate.
Previous person,
Right. Well, one of the questions was give me a name that starts with the letter K. What name would you think of off the top of your head, Skillet Sauce?
A name that starts with the letter K?
Yeah.
Ken.
Okay, what would you say?
Kevin.
All right, let's listen.
Kim, Kevin, Ken.
Let's listen to what this gentleman had to say, please.
The man's name that starts with the letter K. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Is that serious?
While I understand the
Wait a
laughter,
second.
Listen, I have the whole
there's a video
clip.
you just put on there.
Oh, I have the whole clip, yeah. I have the whole clip. You could hear it like,
Age when even someone with good vision might need reading glasses. 35.
And he had other
Tell me the
terrible
man's
answers.
name that starts with the letter K. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
He said
Name
the
of food
last
that's
name?
red on the inside. Water.
A man's name that starts with the letter
wait a second.
K.
See, so that's what I was going to ask you. So he specified a person's name.
A man's name.
He said a man's name.
A man's name that starts with the letter K. And it's
You know-
Kentucky. And you know, then he said, name me a
Food that's red on the inside.
right, and he said watermelon, which someone else had already said. So then he came back with kiwi.
What?
Listen, he's not the brightest person in the universe, this guy.
That's disgraceful. That's utterly.
He just say tomato?
disgraceful.
But is the Colonel's name, is his first
No, but
name?
see, but that's not even spelled with a K. So I even thought of that.
No, but I mean the Colonel.
No, but he
he's
didn't
the
say
Colonel.
Colonel. He said Kentucky. Technically,
Kentucky?
it did start with a K, but
Right.
it has nothing to do with the man's fucking name.
Is it-
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, that is embarrassing.
Okay.
You know,
We're gonna go out on that video right now. That's just fucking horrible. We'll be back, man, in a couple of minutes.
Tell me the age when even someone with good vision might need reading glasses. 35. Tell me the man's name that starts with the letter K. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
We're trying